This installation video is to show the electric wiper cover for a soft top installation on an early model Bronco windshield frame assembly. This kit is designed to be used and cover up factory Bronco scissor linkage and motor assembly. And we'll pull the kit apart. We have the cover, 3 brackets, some miscellaneous screws that were provided, and then the instructions for the kit. So the first thing we're going to do is just read over the instructions real quick, get an idea of what's going to go on, and then we'll start the process. So the first thing you would want to do would be to remove the old cover if you had one, remove the soft top so that there's nothing up here in the way, you have room to work, wipers if you had them, visors out of the way. And so the first thing you'll notice that this kit only works with a wiper motor lowering bracket. So for those of you that have a best top assembly, you're going to need to purchase a lowering bracket in order for this cover to fit. And the next thing we're going to do is start mounting the brackets. So those of you that had factory electric wipers on here, the headliner screw in the center, I've painted it red here. It will be one of the mounting points for the middle bracket, and we'll use that as a jig to produce the location of our secondary mounting hole. And we've already drilled it out, so now we're going to go ahead and install the bracket. When installing this middle bracket, it's easier to insert the screw through the bracket and then put the bracket up into place and snug it up, and that will give you the location for your secondary mounting hole. So you would just go ahead and drill it and then run the sheet metal screw in place to hold it in. Once the middle bracket is installed, as per the diagram and how it looks right here, we're going to go ahead and install the driver's side mounting bracket using the existing holes in the windshield frame and the driver bracket like so. Once the driver's side mounting bracket is fixed to the windshield frame, we'll then go over to the passenger side, and according to the instructions, we're going to go ahead and drill a couple holes where the bracket needs to be, and then mount it up. As you can see here, one hole is already pre-drilled in the frame. Just follow the measurements that are provided on the diagram and go from there. Once the bracket has been installed, using the first hole as a reference point, locating the bracket, we're going to go ahead and use the bracket as a jig and pre-drill our pilot hole for our secondary mounting point. Once the passenger side bracket has been attached to the windshield frame and all 3 brackets are installed, we'll go ahead and put the cover in place. Again, just follow the measurements on the instructions as far as hole location and bracket orientation, and the cover should go right on. As you install the cover, and according to the instructions, you may notice that some light trimming of the cover for whatever wires running through your upper windshield frame may be necessary for it to seat down and into place. So here you can see the edge of the cover is hitting the wire assembly and limiting how far the cover will sit down and slide up into place. So we're going to take a paint pen and mark it a little bit right here and give it a little trim, and then go ahead and reinstall and check for fitment. You can see we've trimmed off about 1/4 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch from the end of that little finger there, and you can see how much better the assembly now fits the bracket, so we'll go ahead and install the screws on the driver's side, the two in the middle, and then also the passenger side, and again check for fitment. Once the screws have been installed on the driver, middle, and passenger brackets, and the mount is installed, you can notice the profile along the top, how it will not interfere with your soft top or bikini kit. And now you can put your top back on and drive away in style with all that unsightly scissor linkage covered up, and all your buddies will be jealous of the new slim profile wiper cover assembly.